Apparently, the Brexit trade failures have been revealed by the government's own research. I wonder if the Cabinet would acknowledge this. Don't think so. But let's read into it, guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here with an article from The Independent with the headline that Brexit trade failures have been revealed by the government's own research. The survey of explorers shows an increased pessimism about the benefits of post-Brexit trade deals. Now, I mean, we know how bad, guys, things are with Brexit. I don't need to tell you. You guys are fully aware of the damage that it is causing. But the fact that it is coming from the government's own research, this is even more deeply embarrassing. It's like a complete ignorance from the government's point of view on it, guys. So British firms are increasingly pessimistic about the benefits of post-Brexit free trade deals according to the government's own research. I just think it's quite... you know, if we can't laugh, sometimes we're just going to end up crying about it, aren't we, guys, really, to be fair. The Department of Business and Trade survey of more than 3,000 companies revealed that 3 out of 5, 58%, now think the free trade deals will have no positive impact on their business. That's up from 54% for the previous, sign of growing dismay about the opportunities an agreement can offer, despite promises that Brexit can help boost global Britain, guys. Remember global Britain, guys? Yeah, how's that going? What are we in now? We're 2023. You know, how long has it been since we officially left the EU? Where's the benefits? Oh, I can tell you one benefit. I think Australian wine has gone 6p cheaper. I think that's one Brexit benefit. If you like Australian wine. No? Okay. Well, I thought it was one benefit. Again, you can't laugh, you're just going to get mad. Less than one third, 31% of businesses believe trade deals would have a positive effect, down from 33% the previous year. But it comes after the latest public polling shows most voters are gloomy about the Brexit impact on Britain's judiciary and economy, with some 61% believe that the UK's exit from the EU has left the country worse off. It has left the country worse off. You can see it, you can hear it, yeah, pretty much everywhere. People are paying more. People are not getting the things that they used to get. There's nothing. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel right. And people who used to travel abroad are now having to wait longer. And all these things, people feel that something is wrong, even though they may not directly think it's Brexit. People know that there's something wrong. The annual government survey of British companies exploring behaviour shows concerns that relating to the UK's exit from the EU continue to be prominent, with firms citing red tape and supply chain issues. In 2017, almost 3 in 4, 73% of companies said there was lots of demand for UK goods and services, but the figures dropped to 55% in the latest survey, 55%. And 49% said there had been less demand for goods and services since Brexit, an increase from 39% in the previous survey. William Bain, the head of trade policy for British Chambers and Commerce, said, "It doesn't surprise me that companies feel pretty sore about things, and that's what our survey data shows as well. But it is also true that we're in a better place than we were last year, and the government has been listening to some of our concerns." Okay, that's listening is one thing, but doing is another. Tina McKenzie of the Federation of Small Businesses says the finding paints a mixed picture of exploiting, before calling on ministers to reduce post-Brexit red tape as much as possible. She added, "It's however encouraging to see that 42% of all businesses believe UK exports will increase over the next 5 years, and the government should keep this momentum up by making international trade easier for firms." The government's business survey did show that there is still some optimism about the future. The proportion of firms said that there is a lot of opportunity for businesses to grow internationally increased to 58%, up 52% in 2021. Okay, a tiny bit of optimism, but I also think that people will feel that more opportunities will come when if Labour sees power at the next general election. because there's a great deal of distrust with this government for all the hundreds of reasons we have talked about previously, guys. A spokesperson for the Department of Business and Trade said UK exports rose to 852 billion in the year to the end of June. The government also expects to see the fruits of recent struck deals with Australia and New Zealand in recent months and years ahead. Yeah, but it's more beneficial to them than it is to us. If you actually look at those trade deals, the CTPP, I think it is, the new block that we're going to be part of as well. Selective use of polling stats only paint half a picture, said a spokesman for the department. 58% of these same businesses said there is lots of opportunity to grow internationally, and the majority of companies who are ready to explore or already using the expert support service to grow their business. New Brexit border checks on food, animal and products imports from the EU are expected delayed for a fifth time. The rules had set to begin in October, but have been pushed back again by the governments over fear they will fuel inflation. It's not because of inflation, it's because they can't be bothered to implement them because of the damage it's going to cause to the country. Mrs. McKenzie said it might be helpful news for some, but small firms are still waiting for official word from the government, she added. They need certainty to be able to plan ahead, especially when approaching Christmas. Yeah, you know, companies have already got stock and everything. A lot of place companies and all that will have been well ahead when it comes to ready for Christmas. And you know, this uncertainty again is just not helping businesses. It's not. How are you supposed to invest in a country when you don't even know what the clear plan is as well? They're still not very clear, are they, this government? They're very unclear. But a lot of businesses and stuff, especially in retail, in the build up to Christmas, they will push stock in normally either summertime or before summertime. Even before then, they'll push it around about now or before. I don't mean on the shelves. What I mean is in the warehouses and supplies. They'll make sure the stock is piled up. What they'll do throughout the year is try and make the space from January onwards to build up that space for Christmas, because obviously Christmas is a vital time for the retail sector. It comes as the latest public polling revealed that growing support for a second Brexit referendum on EU membership, with nearly half of Britons want another in the next 10 years, the latest YouGov survey showed. And more than a quarter of people, 26%, support a referendum as soon as the end of 2023. Some 20% of Brexiteers who voted to leave want another referendum within the next 10 years. When asked how they would vote if there was a referendum on rejoining the EU, half of the participants said they would vote to rejoin. By contrast, only 30% said they would vote to stay out, and while 7% said they would not vote. Interesting to say that, but the fact that this is coming from the government's own research just tells you a lot about the damning indictments that Brexit is causing, guys. It is the white elephant in the room that will not go away, and it doesn't matter how often you ignore it, it's still going to make noises, it's still going to be there. And the elephant will not go away until we, first of all, acknowledge that it's a problem in the room and try to get rid of the elephant in the room. And if it's just embarrassing that we have a government and a opposition who are ignoring the white elephant in the room, so blatantly obvious, and more people are getting angry and are getting frustrated, and we may not always see it, we may not always read it, but there is a discontent that people are getting fed up because wanted the whole Brexit done and everything being done and dusted, and it has been done and dusted, but what people weren't expecting was how much damage it was going to cause, and that is infuriating a lot of people. I think a lot of people are keeping quiet about their real voting intentions as well. I think there's a lot more frustration out there than we actually know. And I think come the next general election, we're going to see that frustration for sure. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Are you surprised that this has come from the government's own statistics? Do you think the government should? Try and do more? What can the government more do? Obviously, asking you guys if you think they should rejoin the EU is an obvious question, but we know what the government's position on that. But Do you guys think a Labour government, will push for closer alignment with the EU but not outright join the single market and customs union? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share and subscribe as always, and I will catch you all very, very soon.